Canelo Alvarez's handlers tell Golovkin and Jacobs to get in line. Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Now, let's jump right into it. Canelo Alvarez fights tonight against Rocky Fielding. It's not really a big fight week from what I've seen. It's not really the fight that people were clamoring for, but it's kind of a stay busy fight coming off two tough fights with Gennady Golovkin. No biggie. Canelo signed a monumental deal, $365 million for 10 or 11 fights, and it has a lot of people talking, a lot of people wondering what type of fights will Canelo be making. You know, will they try to protect their investment and play it safe and make, you know, Canelo versus David Lemieux or Spike O'Sullivan, you know, just guys that they've talked about in the past that are a certain echelon of fighter who look beatable, who, you know, stylistically Canelo would be favored to beat. Now, Golden Boy president Eric Gomez spoke with Boxing News, and he says not at all. The company is not, you know, going to milk the DAZN deal, and he says, and I quote, "What people don't know is we had a similar deal with HBO, and Canelo had guaranteed amount of purses for his HBO fights. The money just went up now. Now he's got even more an incentive to prove to the world that he's the number one guy. Canelo, look at his record. He's always wanted to fight the best. He wants to make history. Obviously, the money's great. It's secondary when you're chasing history. That's what Canelo is doing. He wants to chase history. He wants to prove that he's worth all the money, and he wants to prove that to the world that he belongs. He's earned it. It's not just a show. He's earned it. He's earned his place and wants to prove it. He wants to perform, right? Canelo, he has all sort of options. Daniel Jacobs, he's going to have to get in line. Everyone's calling him out. You know, he says that Golovkin also wants a third fight for Cinco de Mayo, and he says 24 great rounds. Canelo beat him fair and square, and boxed incredibly in both fights. He beat him. There's nothing else to do there. So, I don't know. This sounds a little bit strange because the Los Angeles Times also have an interview with Oscar De La Hoya, and it said, the title of the article is that Jacobs and Triple G will not be the Cinco de Mayo weekend opponent for Canelo Alvarez in 2019, which leads people to believe is who are they planning on fighting? If he gets past Rocky Fielding, who is it going to be? Daniel Jacobs just became a champion, right? So that's an IBF champion you can unify with, a belt that Canelo doesn't have. Triple G, you know, I'm not dying to see the trilogy yet. I think they can always wait, and you know that's not going anywhere. Like, even if neither one of them had belts, they can make the trilogy at a later date. But you know, it's still a fight some people would probably want to see, and you know, some people would even argue that Golovkin has earned it because he twice put his titles up for grabs for Canelo, you know, and, you know, played the game. When Canelo was failing drug tests and stuff, he waited, you know, even though he should have probably not got stripped by the IBF by fighting Derevyanchenko, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. So if it's not going to be Triple G, if it's not going to be Jacobs, who is it going to be? Is he going to fight Charlo? Is he going to fight Demetrius Andrade? Is he going to try to resurrect Billy Joe Saunders even though he's beltless? You know, is he going to try to pull someone down from 168? You know, like Caleb Smith, and make him fight at a catch weight? Or, you know, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what they have in store. I guess we have to wait and see. But I do know that DAZN, from my view, they need a hit. They need a blockbuster type of fight that the world can get behind. Not only do they need that, they also need one that resonates with American fans. There's a lot of fans between Golden Boy and Matchroom USA. A lot of these fights are geared towards, or kind of more specific to, the UK crowd, you know, or other regions, you know, and they're gonna have to find like something that resonates, like a Broner Pacquiao, Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence. PBC has those fights. Those are names that are known to casuals, and they're putting them in great locations, Vegas and Texas. So I think those fights will do good. You know, if Canelo ends up fighting like David Lemieux, I just don't know. We've seen David Lemieux lose to Golovkin with his jab and get stopped. We've seen him stopped by Marco Antonio Rubio. He lost the very next fight after that, Josim Alcine. He also fought against Billy Joe Saunders and got totally schooled, right? And that's in recent memory. And then he's failed to make weight and had several fights canceled. James De La Rosa, and he was supposed to be on the Canelo fielding card, and then that fight got canceled because he failed to make weight yet again. You know, I want to wish him a speedy recovery, but obviously there's some kind of disconnect where he's ended up cutting too much weight too late and dehydrated and, you know, having to weigh in naked and, you know, do 2-hour weigh-ins later. So I don't know. I don't really have an interest, and I don't think that's that big of a fight. So we'll see if Eric Gomez is telling the truth when they assign his next fight, should he get past Rocky Fielding. Let me know what you guys think. But, you know, at this day and age with boxing, I think the matchups are really key. You know, matchups are king. You know, Canelo's a big star, Joshua's a big star, but people don't want to just see Joshua fight Dillian White over and over, or Derek Chisora, or, you know, guys that are skipping in line. You know, like, how did Rocky Fielding get this opportunity ahead of Jose Uzcategui, who's a champion? You know, other guys who are higher ranked that didn't get stopped in one round. The guys like Caleb Smith, David Benavidez. I know he failed a drug test, but, you know, still, I don't know if he failed a drug test at the time this fight was announced. So, you know, there's guys you can't, you know, and I understand Gomez is trying, you know, that's his client, that's his friend in Canelo, but Canelo has had some fights where it was less than desired, like Julio Cesar Chavez. You know, people knew it was a shot in the dark if Chavez would make weight okay and be disciplined. You know, half of the promotion for that fight was, is Chavez making weight comfortably? You know, the Amir Khan fight should have never happened, Liam Smith, stuff like that. So yeah, Canelo does have a good resume, but he also has some fights that, you know, a little bit questionable, like strategic advantages. Even the Fielding fight, there's a rehydration clause. So, you know, Fielding has to wake up, weigh in, and he can't gain more than 10 pounds. You look at all these Canelo weight fights at 155. James Kirkland couldn't use Ann Wolfe as his trainer and was coming off of a year-plus layoff because he had a promoter who wasn't really, you know, vested only in boxing and 50 Cent, you know. So we'll see how this all plays out and who Canelo fights. I'm definitely curious. He's one of the people carrying the torch for boxing. He did get a lot of money, so we'll see what they decide to do at Golden Boy. First, we got to see how the Rocky Fielding fight plays out. Let me know your thoughts. Drop it in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button as always. Hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.